Hi everybody, I am Dr. Anna Garrett, menopause expert and hormone whisperer, and it is good to be back on Facebook Live with you after a little bit of a hiatus. So welcome to my Menopause Minute. These are little short videos that I do mostly on Tuesdays that are designed to teach you about something related to menopause and what you can do about it. So if you're a woman between, let's say, 40 and 60, and you're lying awake night after night staring at the ceiling and wondering what in the world is going on, then this video is for you. So why is sleep important? Well, there are a lot of reasons, and the first one that you'll be interested in most likely is that it causes weight gain, because that's one of the most common complaints with my clients is that they're gaining weight. And there are a whole lot of reasons this may be, but not getting any sleep is one of them because it causes a whole flood of cortisol, which then results in inflammation and weight gain around your waist. The second, and probably less well-known reason, is that it causes you to have poor decision making. So this can really affect your job and a lot of other aspects of your life. So if you're not getting at least 6 hours of sleep, that in studies has been shown to be the equivalent of driving drunk. So you can see that it's really important to get sleep so that you're able to be productive in your life. So as you go through the menopause transition, there are different reasons that you may not be sleeping. So let's look first at perimenopause. So in perimenopause, lack of sleep is related mostly to a low progesterone level relative to estrogen. So estrogen and progesterone both work at the sleep center in your brain. And what happens when you stop ovulating as much in perimenopause is that your progesterone level goes down. And progesterone is calming and it helps you to get to sleep. So women who are in perimenopause who are having insomnia problems generally say that they have trouble falling asleep, not staying asleep. So what can you do about this? Well, there are several things. The first is magnesium, and as you're going to hear in a minute, magnesium is also helpful in postmenopausal times. And magnesium prevents cortisol from being absorbed into your brain cells, and that's one of the reasons that you have insomnia. So magnesium is something that I always recommend for my clients who are having trouble sleeping. My personal favorite form is magnesium glycinate. That's the one I take, and I take 400 milligrams a little bit before bedtime, and it works like a charm. Second thing, vitamin B6. Third thing, Vitex or chasteberry, and this is an herb that can help balance out that estrogen to progesterone ratio and keep that gap from being so wide. And then the last thing that I recommend to a lot of my clients is progesterone. And this can either be in the cream or capsule form. And there is a difference in how they work. So the capsules are obviously taken by mouth. And what happens is your liver creates a metabolite called allopregnenolone. And it is very calming. And so that works best for people who have insomnia. But even women who are on progesterone cream topically still get some benefits as far as sleep goes. So that is a great thing to try. I generally recommend getting hormones tested before you try that because there can be some downside to using too much. If you are in my Hormone Harmony Club on Facebook, you'll see that we have a lot of discussions about progesterone and what's too much and what's not enough and what the side effects are. So that may be your next stop is to go over and check out the Hormone Harmony Club. Okay, so that's the quick and dirty on perimenopause. So let's talk about postmenopause. This is an issue that results from too little estrogen. So what people say that have trouble sleeping in postmenopause is that they have trouble staying asleep and they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And actually, this is the #1 most distressing symptom for women in menopause. That's been studied. So what are you going to do about that? Well, magnesium, again, is a great choice. And a little bit of supplemental estrogen and progesterone can actually help with postmenopausal insomnia. So I know that people have a lot of concerns about using estrogen, but if you are suffering from insomnia, there is no need to suffer. If you're afraid of estrogen, please feel free to contact me and I will help you tease out some of the aspects of estrogen that are in the literature that may have been overblown back in 2002. It is not nearly as dangerous as was once thought and actually can be protective against breast cancer as long as you're using it with progesterone after you have or if you haven't had a hysterectomy. So feel free to message me on Facebook, ask questions about that, because this is something that I really want women to understand so that they don't have that fear and they do what they need to do to get their bodies in balance. The good news is that once you're postmenopausal, after 2 or 3 years, things tend to balance themselves back out. But also know that a lot of women, at least in the United States and developed countries, can be exposed to compounds in their environment that act like estrogen, thus still creating that estrogen dominant situation. You can try other supplements like kava. Valerian is another one that may help with sleep. And then if cortisol is your issue, adaptogenic herbs can be helpful as well. And then the last thing I want to talk about is sleep hygiene. And sleep hygiene doesn't sound very glamorous, but really it just means having a good routine for bedtime. So what that means is choosing a bedtime and going to bed at the same time every night, even if it's on the weekends. And obviously you can make exceptions in some cases, but for the most part, try to stick to a certain bedtime. Mine is 9:30. I'm a sleep kind of gal. The second is to minimize alcohol intake before bed. Alcohol causes your blood sugar to go up and down, and actually, although you may fall asleep more easily, you will wake up in the middle of the night. So that is something to really stay away from if your insomnia is a problem. Third thing, sleep in a cool room, and experts recommend anywhere from 62 to 66 degrees because you want to make sure you're nice and cuddly and that your body temperature goes down so that you can sleep better. Fourth thing, stay off your electronics before bed. Electronics emit blue light, especially iPads and phones. They emit blue light that disrupts your melatonin production, and that is one of the ways that you can sleep more easily. And then the last thing is to keep your cortisol under control, because cortisol, as I mentioned before, not only causes you to gain weight, it keeps you awake. And the ways to do this are yoga, meditation, the adaptogenic herbs that I just mentioned. So there's a lot of things you can do to keep cortisol under control, and that's super important, because if you have a cortisol spike, like right when you go to bed, and a lot of women do that I see on testing, that is going to cause you to have insomnia. So important to take a look at what you're doing to manage your stress. So if you've tried a lot of these things and it really hasn't been working for you, or you want some more help to create a regimen to help you with sleep, it may be time to Test and Talk. And Test and Talk is my program that I offer that uses the Dutch hormone test kit, and you also get a consultation with me for an hour, and I go through your results with you and create a plan for you to manage whatever imbalances happen to show up, even if they're not related to insomnia. So I would love to talk to you more about that. I'm going to post the link in the comments on this video, and please feel free to get in touch if you'd like more information. And again, go check us out at the Hormone Harmony Club, because we're asking good questions and getting lots of information over there that can be super helpful. So that's all I have for you today. Have a great Thanksgiving for my USA friends, and if you're Canadian, I know some people double dip, so enjoy that as well, and enjoy time with family and friends, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here.